Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. First of all, I would like to thank Professor Dr. Ajit for giving me this opportunity to visit Frankfurt after many years, and I was able to see a number of very old friends and respected friends. And this was, I think, great opportunity for me, so I appreciate. And secondly, I must remember the Panchen Lama Foundation's contribution and cooperation given to me sometime in the year 1991. At that time, I was working the draft committee of the Charter for Tibetans in Exile. His Holiness was in great hurry to make the Tibetan administration completely democratized. This vision was his childhood vision, and he was not able to do it in Tibet due to Chinese interference. And as soon as he arrived in Mussoorie in 1959, the second week he began to reform and rearrange all the setup of government in exile. And during that period, he asked to devolve his responsibilities to the elected leader, but to evolve a democratic culture and knowledge among the Tibetans in exile took much time. And 1999, then he asked me to implement his visions as soon as possible. So then we have drafted the Charter for Tibetans in Exile. There's a kind of basic law for the Tibetan administration. And for that, the setup of the parliament and arrangements of the parliament procedures, we need a fund. It is easy to find funds for health, education, old age homes, or settlements. But for the establishment of elected democratic institutions, most of donors think this is kind of bureaucratic work and not worth to fund. So then Panchen Lama Foundation was the first organization to take care of that, and we are able to make arrangements for the drafting of charter, election of the parliament members, and all these democratic processes were being properly funded by the Panchen Lama Foundation. So the democratization of Tibetans in exile owed a great deal to the support of the Panchen Lama Foundation. Having said that, today we are celebrating the 19th birth year of His Holiness, and it has a number of significance. First of all, the 19th birth year is by the count of age. Of course, it is very important. And secondly, the importance was, you might remember 2011, as soon as His Holiness devolved his political responsibilities to the elected members, he announced that he might be the last Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama institution may not be relevant and necessary for the people of Tibet. So therefore, the people should decide whether the institution of Dalai Lama should continue or not. If people decides anyway, he will respond it to when he reached to the age of 84, the age of the first Dalai Lama. And then he reached to the 84 years of age. We requested him to announce whether the institution of Dalai Lama will continue or not. Then he postponed it against his earlier decision. He still needs that the people respond more popular way. So then only last year, when his 19th birthday was celebrated, then he was agreed to look to the petitions of the numerous people's request to accept the continuation of the institution of Dalai Lama. Then the huge number of petitions, not only from the Tibetans, but also non-Tibetan Buddhist followers, such as Mongolians and Chinese and Russian people and Indian people, Nepal and Bhutan. Countless positive requests for continuation of Dalai Lama. Then he announced that during the last 19th birthday celebration, he finally announced if the people's wish in that way, then he will accept the request and the institution of Dalai Lama will continue. So therefore, this year is another significance is that announcement. So therefore, we have a kind of assurance that the institution of Dalai Lama will not end with the life of the present Dalai Lama. So therefore, this is... then of course, the legacies of present Dalai Lama, you all are aware of, I need not to remind again, but his 4 commitments is well known to everyone. He was humane. He must work for the promotion of human values. The degradation of human value is cause of all challenges which are facing today. And then secondly, as a Buddhist practitioner, Buddhist monk, he must work for religious harmony among the various religious traditions. And as a leader of Tibet, he should look with the welfare of the Tibetan people and preservation of Tibetan culture and language and religious traditions. And since he was the longest guest to the India, he also, the 4th commitment was to preserve and promote the ancient Indian wisdom, which is very much relevant in postmodern civilization as well. So these are 4 commitments he have shared in his heart and working for ceaselessly until now. In order to promote the human value, his 2 teachings are very important relevance. The first teaching of the universal responsibility, a sense of universal responsibility for every individuals. And secondly, how to promote the human ethics through a secular way in the process of education. The secular ethics teaching, which has been academically frameworked by the Emory University, and now it is being accepted and practiced more than 36 or 37 various countries in various continents. So this is growing very fastly, and I think this would be one of these most significant legacy which would be beneficial to entire human community. So what we can do to assist His Holiness for materializing his commitments and his visions, I always request people that first of all we shall have to understand what he is talking about. Not believing, but understand then through one's own rational mind, examination, and try to find it through positive inquiry system, and the realization, and that realization should lead to put them into one's own life, and only then the person will qualify to promote these commitments. So I would request to everyone, whosoever is loving the present important Dalai Lama, should learn about his teachings and put them in one's own living system. And today, the 25th April, has another significance. I would like to remind you is that the 25th April is the birthday of the present Panchen Lama, which was recognized by His Holiness. And Panchen Lama and all his parents, relatives are not visible, vanished since a long time, and even people do not know whether they are alive or not. But today is the 35th birth anniversary of the Panchen Lama. So we should send good wishes to him, and also prayer, or do everything possible to convince the Chinese rulers to release him, to give him basic humane freedom, so that he can lead acceptable and honorable life and do his duties as a recognized Panchen Lama. I am grateful to Dr. Ajit Singh and his organizations for inviting me, and I also thank you very much for all of you to gathering here and patiently to observe the 19th birth year as a year of compassion, which is the essence of His Holiness teaching. And I hope everyone should try to inculcate selfless compassion to all sentient beings as far as possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rinpoche, for your deeply moving and inspiring words. On behalf of the organizers, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the distinguished speakers, the guests, being part of this meaningful celebration. This morning, we have not only listened, we have reflected, remembered, and reconnected with the timeless values of His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, embodies compassion, humility, courage, and an unwavering belief in humanity. His life is not just a journey, it is a light that has guided millions across borders, beliefs, and generations. As we celebrate 90 remarkable years of his extraordinary life, let us carry forward not just his message, but his spirit, gentle, resilient, and full of hope.
Hola. Lama